Hey, I'm Jesse Hunt with Unofficial. We're a web design and digital marketing agency located in downtown Memphis. Since 2002, I've been helping Mid-South businesses just like yours improve their websites and find more customers on the internet. Today, I'm going to perform a video website audit on your website that'll show you some areas for improvement that might be hurting your business. The entire audit will take 15 to 20 minutes and should leave you substantially more informed about what's working and what's not working so well on your website. I hope you'll find the audit informative and that you'll keep me in mind if you ever need some help working on your existing website or building a new one. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's get started.
Hey Alan, so here we are on the home page of your website. As you can see, we're at www.infinitytn.com. And what I want to do is take a few minutes, go through your website, point out some of the things that I see here on your site, talk about just kind of areas that I think could be improved on your website and help you to build the website into a better marketing tool, a better lead generation tool for your business. From there, we'll look at some search engine results. We'll see how Google's displaying your website. And then we'll come back to your website and we'll look at a few tools that I've got on my browser here that'll give us a little better understanding about what's happening behind the scenes on your website. So when I first land on your website, I noticed this picture down here, the thermostat and a smartphone and all that. I think that's pretty good. I see your phone number up here in the header. That's definitely a good thing. I always encourage people to have a phone number at the top of the page. Make it easy for people to get in touch with you whenever they're ready to make contact. I see that you've got a get a free estimate and a schedule service today button up here. I might recommend that you change those and make those into maybe you leave those buttons, but add a contact form somewhere, probably at the top of the page, and encourage people to fill out the contact form right there. If somebody's got an air conditioning problem that they need fixed, don't make them click to another page in order to contact you. Give them the form where they can fill it out right there on the home page. Capture the lead as quickly as possible. The faster you get the lead, the better the odds are that you'll get them, rather than them clicking the back button and going to someone else's website and someone else getting the customer. So that's the first thing. The other thing, I wish you could see what I'm doing here on my end. I'm trying to scroll right here. I'm using a MacBook Air, and so generally I can use my trackpad here on my computer and just scroll down the page. Your website doesn't scroll for some reason. It just won't scroll at all. So if I click over here, I'm going to click over to a Google listing real quick, and as you can see, when I do the same thing, it scrolls. Your website does not. So I originally thought that this was all the content on your page, and so one of my big criticisms is going to be you definitely need more information on the home page. However, I then kind of, if you see, I highlighted here on the text and I dragged down to try to force the website to scroll, and suddenly it scrolls. So you do have quite a bit of content on the home page, but something's broken and it's preventing it from scrolling. Now, once I'm down here at the bottom, well, it won't let me scroll now, but if I do this again, it's just really hard to get around on your homepage. I think it might have something to do with this slideshow up here. I'm guessing there's something wrong with the code of your website. It may not affect every computer. It may not affect every internet browser. I'm using Google Chrome right now. Heck, I might be able to switch to Microsoft Firefox, or Mozilla Firefox or Safari or some other browser and browse your website just fine, but it's definitely broken right here on Google Chrome. And when I try to scroll, it only scrolls up. It won't scroll down, so there's definitely a problem there. I think you really, really need to get that fixed. So as I scroll around, doggone, that's driving me crazy, man. I'm sorry. It makes it really hard to give you any feedback on the home page because I can't get it to let me go where I want it to go. If I'm having that problem, I know your customers must be having the same problem. You got to figure out what the problem is with that. If you want some help looking into it, I'll be glad to look into it for you. So I like down here in the footer, you've got your business name, your address, and your phone number. I think that's good. I'd recommend having all that information on every page, and it looks like you probably do, so that's good. Back up here to the top, you've got HVAC services, plumbing, tankless water heater. I think that's good. You know, and it's not just your homepage that won't scroll. This page won't scroll for me either. There's definitely a problem on here that's messing up the scroll. I'll tell you what. Give me just one sec. Let's grab a different browser and see if this happens in a different browser as well. Let's try Firefox. So I just copied the address there, and I'm gonna paste it in right here. And thank you for your patience while this loads. Well, it's taking a minute. We'll come back over here and keep looking here while that loads. I'm not sure what's taking so long. In fact, I'm concerned about how long that's taking. It really should not take that long for this page to load. So I think maybe there are some technical problems happening here that seem to be messing up the user experience on your site. At any rate, so this list of keywords here, I'm curious who did your search engine optimization on your website. This seems a little spammy to me. I mean, central AC, central AC, central air cleaner, central AC, central AC, central AC. It's just very repetitive, and I think Google might look at that and say, that looks too spammy to us. I think that could hurt your search engine rankings a little bit, but man, this never did load. I'm not sure what's going on here with your site, but here we go. It's finally loading your home page. And as you can see, this image never did load. It shows that everything's loaded. Yep, and same thing. When I try to scroll, you can see that it tries. You can see it move, but it's like your website only wants to scroll up. It won't scroll down, and so that's hurting it. Now I can grab this bar over here and scroll, but that's not that's not right. I mean, I should be able to scroll the other way too. Every other website on the internet lets me scroll properly. So. Yeah, so that's a problem. You know, other than that, I think everything looks pretty good in terms of the amount of content on your site and all that. The contact page here. Yeah, I would have a contact form here for sure. I'd have a form people can fill out in order to get in touch with you to request a quote. Forms get filled out a lot more than making somebody actually type an email like with this link right here. So I'd encourage you to add like a request a quote form or something like that. All right, so next thing here, I don't see an address on your contact page. If we scroll down, I do see that it's still in the footer, so I think that's a good thing. Now what I did here, I typed into Google Infinity Heating and Air Conditioning Memphis. I was just trying to make it show me your listing, which it did. And as you can see, Google has your address listed as Millington TN, so they don't have you they don't have your full physical address the way your website does. I would encourage you to claim this listing if you haven't already and update that address to give them your full address so that it matches your website. Google wants to see that your address is consistent from one place to the next on the internet, and so doing that could help you to get better local search engine rankings. All right, close that. So next thing I did, I searched you on Google's, this is a Google developer tool. It's called the mobile friendly test, and basically Google wants to see that your website is mobile friendly so that it looks good on iPhones and iPads and Android devices and all that good stuff. As you can see here, it says, awesome, this page is mobile friendly. So good job there. I'm not going to spend much time on that since you've got that right already. All right, next thing I did, I tried to put myself in the shoes of somebody that might be one of your customers. I said, if I was looking for the services that Alan provides, what might I type into Google to try to find somebody to do that for me? So here I typed Millington air conditioner repair. We're going to ignore these first four listings. You see how they have the little yellow or orange ad icons here? That indicates that these people are paying to be here, and so this is really a game of who wants to throw the most money at it. So we're not going to talk too much about those. Now, as you can see, you are showing up number one in the map result here for this Millington air conditioner repair keyword that I searched on. So that's good that you're showing up there. However, when we scroll down below these map listings, I'd also like to see you showing up here, because sometimes Google doesn't display the map listings, or they change those map listings a lot. So you search today and you're there, and you might search tomorrow and be gone. So we'd like to see you showing up in these organic listings as well. And I don't see you showing up here. You've got some competitors: Albrit Air and Heat, Airmasters AC, Conway Services, Dynamics HVAC. But you're not showing up there at all. So I think with a little work, we could probably get you showing up there as well. Now, the other thing I noticed, I meant to show you one other thing while I had it open a minute ago. Let's go back to this search where I did Infinity Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, I told you that I think you should include your address here. Let me show you why I say that. Currently, your service area with Google is defined as, let me zoom out. So currently your service area with Google is defined as this area in the red box right here. What that means is anybody outside of this red box that searches for you is going to be less likely to find your business. And this seems like a really small area. I mean, it covers Drummond's and Randolph and Quito, but it doesn't even go to Munford, and it certainly doesn't come all the way down to Memphis. I mean, we zoom on out, and there's all this Memphis area down here that's not covered in your service area with Google. I noticed on your website, if we get back up here, it says serving Memphis and surrounding areas. So that tells me that you probably serve a bigger area, but your Google listing doesn't seem to reflect that. So I think there are definitely some things that need to be changed on this Google listing in order to help you get more business from your website. All right. So here I searched Memphis air conditioner repair. Again, these are all advertisements. We won't talk too much about that. Here you've got Aloha, C&K, and Airmasters. And you scroll down, we see Conway, Choates, Precision, Service Experts, Memphis AC and Heating, Cannon Brothers, but you're not showing up there at all. So if that Memphis area is a desirable business market for you, and I assume it probably is since you've got it in the header of your website, I think there's some things that need to be changed in order to make it more likely that you'll show up in those search engine results. If that's something you'd like to talk about, I'd love to chat with you about it. That's really right squarely in the wheelhouse of what we do, is helping people to show up in local search results. All right, I'm going to come back to your website real quick, look at a couple more things, and I'll wrap this up for you. So the first thing I want to do is I've got this little utility installed here on my browser. This is the Google Tag Assistant. It scans your website and tells us if you have any Google tags installed. As you can see right here, it shows 0 tags in total, so you don't have any Google tags on your website. I was really hoping to find a tag called Google Analytics. Google Analytics monitors the traffic of your website, tells you how many visitors you're getting, where they're coming from, what they're looking at on your website, and what they're doing while they're there. So they end up filling out a contact form or something like that to get in touch with you. Since you don't have that installed, you're not tracking that data. It's free software. You need somebody that understands a little bit about websites in order to install it, but it gives you really good information about how well your website's doing as a marketing tool and whether or not it's giving you a good return on investment. I definitely think you should install Google Analytics on your site. It'll tell you so much more about what your website's doing for your business. And then finally, I've got this other tool installed here. This is called SEO Quake. This scans your website and gives me a quick rundown on what's been done from a search engine optimization standpoint on your website, and displays it here where I can describe it to you pretty quickly. So the first thing I want to look at is your title tag. Every page has a title tag, and every page on your website should really use a different title that uses a specific keyword that you want to show up in the search engines for. In my opinion, the title is the #1 place to have your keywords if you want to rank well for them in the search engines. So your title on your homepage says heater, air conditioner, and plumbing installation and repair, Infinity Heating and Air Conditioning. You got some keywords there, but they're not geographically specific. I think a better keyword might be something like Infinity Heating and Air Conditioning air conditioner repair in Memphis, or something like that. That will help you to rank better in the search engines and get more traffic to your website. Next thing here, headings are another important place to see your keywords. Now, you've got a whole bunch of headings on your website, and if I click this, first one says proudly serving Memphis, Tennessee, and the Mid-South. One says financing available. One says HVAC services. One says plumbing services, HVAC services, plumbing services, about us, customer reviews. You've got some keywords here, but again, I think they need to be geographically specific, and I wouldn't duplicate them like this, where you've got HVAC services twice and plumbing services twice. So I think a little work is necessary on your heading tags in order to make them optimal for the search engines. Here, text to HTML ratio, they say you don't have enough text on your website, so probably want to put more text on the pages of your website in order to make it more optimized for Google. As we scroll down, again, we talked about missing Google Analytics. A few other little technical things here. It says you're not using micro formats and you're not using a favicon. I won't go into the technical details of all that because I don't want to bore you too much with that. But if you'd like to know more, I'd be glad to talk to you about it. But suffice it to say, there are definitely some things on your website that could be improved in order to get you more search engine traffic and in order to make your website a better marketing tool for your business. Alan, I hope you found this to be informative. My goal here is to become a resource to you, ultimately to gain your trust and earn your business. So I want to be your go-to website guy. If I've talked about some things here that resonate with you, some things you agree with me on and think that we should be looking at making some of these changes, I would absolutely love to have an opportunity to work with you on them. I'm going to package this up and shoot it over to you in an email here in a few minutes. I'd love it if you'd give me a call and chat with me about this. I'll even give you my cell phone number. My cell phone number is 901-491-6490. If you want to write that down, I'll give it to you again. 901-491-6490. So give me a call. Let's chat about your website and talk about things that you might be able to do to get more bang for your buck out of it. And I'll get this over to you in a few minutes. And if I haven't heard from you in a few days, I'll follow up just to make sure you got the email and see if you have any questions or anything like that. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch. I look forward to talking to you real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.